like I'm running out of time, going crazy. In a gorgeous spring of fall, that she don't have a clue that I'm having second thoughts. Usher man, quit playing, get it together. Make up your mind, because this type of thing is forever. This is the mirror speaking. What about the clubbing on weekends? What about the ladies and all of your fans and the creeping? But I've been there, done that, and I'm looking for something else. Somebody to settle down with and share all as well. Yeah, but once you say these vows, you're locked. Yeah, I know. There's no more hanging on the block. Yeah, I know. But the girl is down for me, and the girl truly loves me. And besides that, here's the real fact, it ain't nothing in them streets. But what about the family? I know. What about the industry? I know. TV and magazines. Shut up, cause I'm going crazy. Feels like I'm losing my mind, and I don't know what to do. Seems like I'm running out of time. I'm going crazy. In a gorgeous spring of fall, that she don't have a clue that I'm having second thoughts. Just wait a minute before you say anything else. Just think about this. 5 years down the line, y'all break up, and she could take half your shoulder. Let me interrupt. I remind you we're in love, so back it up. Easy killer. I'm just saying, I hope you got a prenup. Said I wanted to have my baby, and forever to be my lady. Yeah, man, but understand this risk. Hey, I'm just playing devil's advocate. Yeah, well, I'm tired of you and everybody else all up in my business. Well, what about your mama? Even she don't want you to have this wife. My mama managed my career, player in my life. What about the family? I know. What about the industry? I know. TV and magazines. Shut up, cause I'm going crazy. Feels like I'm losing my mind, and I don't know what to do. Seems like I'm running out of time. I'm going crazy. In a gorgeous spring of fall, that she don't have a clue that I'm having sex. It'll be all on the radio stations. Girl, Usher got married. Will he lose his fame? And I'll be on the radio stations saying yes, I got married, but I still love my fame. And yes, I believe they'll understand. Are you 100%? Are you sure this was meant? Is she the one for you? Is the love true? What you waiting for? Got a change of heart? We'll get out there and tell it not. I'm going crazy. Feels like I'm losing my mind, and I don't know what to do. Seems like I'm running out of time. I'm going crazy. In a gorgeous spring of fall, and she don't have a clue that I'm having second thoughts. Yeah. Feels like I'm losing my mind, and I don't know what to do. Seems like I'm running out of time. I'm going crazy. In a gorgeous spring of fall, that she don't have a clue that I'm having second thoughts. Away from me, sometimes I feel guilty. Girl, sometimes I don't. I tried my best to say no, but girl, you turn me on. And I'm coming over to your home when I know that I'm not strong. Blowing up your phone, girl, checking to see if he's home. It's too tempting, I'm slipping, touching and feeling. Me and him be kicking it, while all the while I'm hitting it. Woo. I know that, girl, it's gonna be hard for me to run with him, cause we be hooping and shit. That's my dog, my best friend. Said I would never let a chick come between me and my homie. Had a little too much to drink in the night, you put it on me. And now I don't know if I regret the fact that we be up in them hotel suites. Baby, this is crazy. Hush, yeah, hush, yeah. You don't tell nobody, I won't tell nobody. Baby, we can keep it on the hush, yeah, hush, yeah. He is just too close to me. This is not supposed to be, but I can't keep you away from me. Sometimes I wish that this had never ever happened, baby. But on the other hand, I'm so glad that it's happening. I just don't know what to do. Girl, I'm so caught up with you. Should've never.
Say it later, what you gon' do now? Hope your body got cause I'm really about to put it down. Girl, you know that I will never disrespect you. We love tomorrow, but tonight I wanna spend you. That ass count, gotta make it last. Start out slow, then I'ma beat it up. Hate on me, but no. Try to say stop when the bitch say go. There you go again, that voice is watch you make your girlfriend go. Come on, come on, come on. You've been waiting patiently, wondering when and where I be. After causing ruckus in the industry, making this so she can't sleep.
Baby, we can keep it on the hush, ho, hush, ho. He is just too close to me. This is not supposed to be, but I can't keep you away from me. Sometimes I feel guilty, girl, sometimes I don't. I tried my best to say no, but girl, you turn me on.
What up, everybody? What up, everybody? Everybody that's here, what's going on? Let's turn it down a little bit. Turn it down a little bit. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Shout out to everybody that's here. I have a diverse group. I have a little bit of everybody that's in this joint. So, shout out to the ones that's here. Oh, my God. Shout out to everybody that's here. I want to say what's good, Dream Team. What's good to the folks that's here. I'm going to put this up top. It just seems a little lonely right now. Yeah, put it up there. Shout out to everybody that's here. Y'all know I'm on this page. I'm going to tell you why I'm on this page. I'm on this page because technically YouTube is tripping. A war broke out last night, this morning, and they decided to come after a video that's on my main page. Hey, Dewan, hello. They decided to come after a video that's on my main page that I did 2 years ago that they took from me and then gave it back because they deemed it as viewable. Now today they snatched it and gave me a strike. I don't know. Well, I know why. Because it's talking about sex trafficking and I'm pointing out who the real sex traffickers are. So I'm fighting YouTube to get that page back. For everybody that I don't see on my main page, I want to say shout out to everybody that's here. Like, share, subscribe this page. I'll be on this page for 7 days. So let's get it up. Y'all know how we do. Let's like, share, subscribe this joint. Let's get that watch off. I want to talk about something real quick. Y'all seen a barrage of attacks. And it seemed like Russia and the Ukraine on YouTube. You seen Dr. Rice say something, then you seen Miss Sharon Wimbush come back with an entourage. Well, a lot of people came to me and said, Dana, I want to know the truth. Is Sharon Wimbush really for Kales? Is she a spy? What's going on? Well, I told y'all how certain people got in place, right? Okay. Toy, no, that's from 2 years ago. Ms. Robin, I think you need to go out and come back in because I shouldn't be buffering. Nah, Toy, that's from 2 years ago. That's from 2020. That's not from 2022. I did that video 2 years ago. I forgot I even did the video. I'm going to be honest with you. But people been asking me like, yo, is Sharon Wimbush an agent? What's going on? Is Dr. Rice on the up and up? What's going on? Dana, what's going on between you and Jasmine? So it's all these questions, and I'm sitting back like, I'm not arguing with nobody. I'm not getting in nobody else's beef. But y'all know I have to get the truth. A lot of the stuff I wasn't there for that happened on the other end. I told y'all how Sylvia came into play. I told y'all how Jasmine came into play on my end. But I got sent the link. from the man himself. A man himself sent me the link. And he said, I'm tired of the lies. I'm tired of the BS. Play this. So you have Sharon Wimbush on one side. You got Dr. Rice on the other side. They clashing. You got Jasmine sitting in the wings. You got me sitting in the wings. But you have Shabazz that said, I'm tired of the lies. I'm tired of the BS. So I'm not going to go no further into it because I don't know what's going on between them two. I know Dr. Rice said something about me. I'm ignoring it because I don't know what that man up to. I said what I said 2 years ago and left it there. But evidently, it was something that was said that struck a nerve. It was up, Tyree. And I got 77 people watching. I need to get some likes up, man. Silky Smooth, I'm not in it. What are you talking about? I'm not in it, love. Trust and believe. Can I get them likes up? Can I get them likes to match the ones that's watching? For the people that's on the lawn that just want to watch and not participate, man, just hit that like button. Just give me a like. You know what I'm saying? Let's get them likes up. At the end of the day, I don't know what happened between Miss Wimbush and Dr. Rice. Honestly, I don't want to know. I just know, like I tell everybody, if you're going to beef with Sharon Wimbush, be prepared. Because when you do one video, she going to do 45 on you. I was the first one to tell everybody that, like, yo, if you can avoid her, avoid her. Because I don't know what's really going on. I just know that 1 + 1 ain't add up to 2. Hey, Mama Mary. And I know Sharon Wimbush goes after people when she get intel, when she feel like they doing something crazy, or when she see for herself. I know Dr. Rice go at people just because he want to have something to do. I'm going to keep it a buck. I don't have nothing with it. But here's what I'm going to say. What time is it? Without further ado, I introduce to some and give to the rest. Shabazz in his own words.
Welcome to another edition of the As Is podcast. Today is going to be a special day. And the reason why I'm going to say it's a special day is because I'm going to tell you guys a story. And I have a ton of them. But this story in particular is going to be about the case of R. Kelly. You know, that's always been a hot topic. And I think it's a topic that will be debated and talked about for the next 20 to 100 years. Make no mistake about it. R. Kelly was definitely the king of R&B. He's one of the most celebrated, talented black music artists that we have in this business. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, it seems to be that black men who make it to his level of success always comes with some type of attack. Now, I'm not going to get into his guilt or innocence. I've always remained non-biased, or as non-biased as I could. Some people take it and interpret it to their level of perception, to what they understand to be guilt or innocence. That's not what I'm doing. I'm going to talk about some things today because there's some liars within this whole group. And when I say group, I mean group starting from his legal team, some of his supporters, some of the bloggers, Instagrammers, Twitters, whatever you want to call them. In particular, I am going to start off with someone that called me, and what they did was they brought to my attention an individual that I had in my documentary. Now, let me just say this. For those of you who are not familiar with it, Precedence was supposed to be a story about R. Kelly, his life, the good and the bad. When I was first approached to do this story, and I was approached, I did not jump up and say I want to do an R. Kelly story. Someone approached me with the idea. I accepted that thought. But I told them immediately, I am not going to tell an R. Kelly story and make him look like an angel, because nobody's going to believe it. Even if you have a God-sent, God-given angel and you paint his picture as just being a God-sent, God-given angel, there are going to be people who will dispute that fact. So for me, to make him human, I was going to show his flaws as well as his gifts. That is a well-balanced, styled documentary. In addition, one thing that I don't think people realize or understand is you are supposed to be non-biased when reporting any type of news because you have a moral obligation to tell the truth. I take that a little deeper, and the reason why I take it deeper is because I'm black. Regardless to how you feel about R. Kelly, he is a reflection of the black community, bottom line. So with that being said, let me get into this. One of the people that I had on my documentary, and be mindful, I had everybody involved in the documentary. The people that you did not see, I questioned their credibility, and sometimes I just decided I'm not going to put them in there. But I had more women that I didn't show than I did in the documentary. Now, I'm going to start off in particular with an individual that I met. And let me tell you how I met this person. This person was constantly on YouTube, okay? He had commentary on the R. Kelly case. He seemed to be non-biased. He seemed to have done his homework. Now, I didn't see the person first. A paralegal on R. Kelly's team that watches YouTube found him. He then told a lawyer. When he told the lawyer then told me. We literally sat in a lawyer's office and we watched his commentary. So the lawyer says to me, Shabazz, get him. Now, he didn't say get him in a sense or a manner to do anything violent or, to cross-examine him. Get him, meaning get his story. No problem. Now, be mindful again. I want you guys to understand something. This individual also said on his platform he didn't see anyone else who had the witnesses or the people that were around R. Kelly outside of his platform or anyone else's platform. At the time, I didn't have a platform. But everybody that he's had on his platform was in my documentary. Everybody that he's had on his platform, I personally know. That's neither here nor there. And the reason why I'm pointing that out is because I think sometimes people like to be bigger than what they really are, and everybody wants to seem important. Like no one wants to just be Small John. Everybody has to be Big Bobby for whatever reasons, their ego or whatever. Anyway, I get in contact with him, and I get in contact with him on Twitter. I still have the tweet. We talk. We set up an appointment. No, I'm sorry. I'm too far ahead. We talk. We may talk 2 or 3 more times. In between these talks, phone numbers were exchanged. So we were talking via the phone. Now, he seemed to have a plethora of information. He knew Geronda Pace. He knew her girlfriend. He knew Dominique. He knew about this one, that one. So I'm saying to myself, I'm a documentarian. Where are these people at? Show me. So he did show me a few. Geronda Pace's girlfriend was in my documentary, which no one seems to have gone after. And I think she would have made an excellent witness on behalf of R. Kelly because she told her story, and I feel like her story was the truth. He gave me another person. Now, this is the person that's controversial. Jasmine. Now, I'm just going to be as honest and as open as I possibly can. I don't mean to be facetious, malicious, nasty towards anyone, because I'm not on that. So understand In my descriptions and how I speak, I want you to know, I'm not attacking anybody. I'm just telling you, at the end of the day, I ain't going through all that. Yo, listen, I'm human. I think just like everybody else. So the story is the story. Long story short, we make a date, an arrangement to meet in North Carolina. Now, the person I'm talking about, I think I said his name, but if I didn't, it's Dr. Rice. Dr. Rice lived 30 to 45 minutes outside of North Carolina or something like that. He lived in a rural area. So he had to drive his 30 to 45 minutes to meet me when I arrived in North Carolina. I flew Jasmine out. I literally met Jasmine via a three-way phone call between me, herself, and Dr. Rice that he initiated. Okay, so now we end up in North Carolina. I'm staying on a block. They have a basketball team there. I can't remember the name of the basketball team, and that's something some of you guys might hold against me because some of the things I just don't remember. I got a lot of shit going on. I've said this before on someone else's platforms. I don't remember my children's birthdays sometimes. I know their birthdays because their mothers tell me. Womp womp. I'm a bad father. Whatever. I do not remember the exact name of the basketball team, but I do know there were two hotels, one to the left side of the arena, one to the right side of the arena. These were the two best hotels in North Carolina. Boom. I stay to the one on the right side of the arena. I get a suite. And the reason why I get a suite is because I know I am going to set up half of that suite and make it like a studio. I have lights, cameras, et cetera, et cetera. In addition, because I had spoken to Jasmine, she didn't have a way or a means to get to where she was coming from to get to North Carolina. So I paid for her tickets and flew her in. I got her a hotel room. I made sure she was able to get from the airport to the actual location. Now, here's where it got tricky. Dr. Rice knew that information. Excuse me. He's the one who set up the meet. All of that happens with the exception of Dr. Rice manages to go to the airport to pick up Jasmine himself. Now, I don't really know. I know now. I didn't know at the time. But at the time, I didn't know what I'm about to tell you now. And it was kind of weird to me. Long story short, I've unpacked all of my stuff. I got camera gear. I got big black bags, some of them 15 pounds, but I got 5 or 6 of them because they're lights. In addition, I got the cameras, the lenses, et cetera, et cetera. I go upstairs. I put all my stuff up. I'm looking at my time, and I'm realizing that they should be here any minute. So what I did before I unpacked, I just went upstairs, checked the room, made sure it was straight, came back downstairs and stood in the lobby waiting for them to arrive. They arrive. I tell Jasmine I have a room for her. I say, what's up to Dr. Rice, because this is the first time I've physically seen him outside of talking on the phone. We go upstairs. We get upstairs, we start talking, yada, yada, yada. We get to the filming part. Now, understand, I never wanted to film Dr. Rice. I wanted Dr. Rice's information. And it wasn't because I didn't want to film him because I didn't feel like he wasn't credible or he wasn't a person that could help R. Kelly, because he had excellent commentary. And he had commentary that was good enough that made the lawyers stop and say, Shabazz, go get him. So I'm doing a job, but I'm working for myself, but for everybody, because I'm trying to be non-biased. So I'm going to go with the enemies and I'm going to go with the friends. I'm going with everybody. If you just stay on one side, you'll never get a complete story. It doesn't matter how you personally feel. This is a job that you have to do. That was my intention. So I didn't want to film him because I felt like the people that had gotten in contact with him as a result of being on his channel, they were more credible because they were women. I didn't want to do a lifetime bash R. Kelly, bash R. Kelly, bash R. Kelly. I thought that was wrong. The devil has done good. And I'm not saying R. Kelly is the devil. Excuse me. But what I am saying is that, you mean to tell me this man ain't never did nothing good? Like, come on, man. I'm not about to sit up here and put 25 women that all they have is negative stories. He's done nothing good for nobody. Nobody has nothing nice to say. So I wasn't doing the Lifetime thing, but I was going to tell the story. So I wanted to hear it from the women who experienced the story. Long story short, after I get through doing Jasmine, I say, you know what? I might as well kill two birds with one stone. Dr. Rice is here. He has a commentary. Let me film him as well. So now I do that. That's done. That was the professional side. Here's what wasn't professional. Dr. Rice claims or says he's never received a dime from anybody. That's a lie. I paid him. I paid him for his time. The man lived 45 minutes, 35 minutes, 25 minutes, however many minutes away from where we were at. He got to have gas money. He has the witnesses. He has to eat. Do I feel like he played me or he came after me to get $1 million? No, I do not. I am not saying that at all. But what I'm saying is the man needed to be compensated for his time just like anybody else does. So I didn't have a problem with that. In addition to that, I paid for Jasmine's flights. Hotel. In addition to paying for flights and hotel, I paid her phone bill. 2 of them. Might have been $800. No, there's no might have been. It was $800 because she was double behind. Jasmine was a troubled young lady. The reason why I say she was a troubled young lady, I remember getting a phone call from Jasmine about she had a baby. The baby was in school, some type of school. And they found out that she was associated with R. Kelly. I think she maybe had done a post or something like that and people seen it. So as a result of doing that, her mother didn't know that she was messing with R. Kelly because she still lived and was under the control of her mother. Her mother found out as a result of the school and threatened to kick her out. Jasmine was... I don't know what she is now because I haven't spoken to Jasmine for months. But at that time, Jasmine was in between life's hardships. She had it hard. She was a single black parent. And I'm not saying that to down her because we all go through whatever we go through. But at that time, that's what she was going through. She's a young woman, black. She has a baby. She's staying with her mother. She's going through what she's going through. So it didn't strike me as weird or her trying to get over on me or anything like that because her phone was about to get cut off. And it didn't strike me as weird for me to say, you know what? I'm going to pay for your food. I'm going to pay for your transportation. I'm going to fly you out. Everybody that's professional does that. It does not insinuate or imply that the person wants to sleep with you. When you're on the level of telling any kind of story, you have to get the storyteller to the location to have the story told. I was flying in from New York. Actually, I'm lying. I was flying in from Chicago. She was flying in from, I forgot where she was at, but she was somewhere close. She was somewhere on the East Coast. I can't remember. And again, hold me however you want to hold me because I don't remember. So what? I don't remember. The point is, I did what I did because it was the right thing to do. If you were ever or know anybody who was on Oprah or Jerry Springer and Oprah will fly you out, provide you hotel accommodations, give you a voucher to eat, get you a car service to get to the studio to film, and then kindly send you back to wherever you come from the same way. There's no difference. Because their names is Oprah and Jerry Springer doesn't mean that I'm not supposed to do that. If you want to be in this business, the game is the game. You got to play according to the rules. So that's all I did. Now, what I didn't know that I found out later. 1, she did not stay in the hotel. The room was paid for. The reason why she didn't stay in the hotel is because Dr. Rice, allegedly, and let me use that word, allegedly, told her not to stay in the hotel with me. Now, I don't know why that man told her not to stay in the hotel room with me. And she wasn't staying in the room with me. She was staying in the hotel. I had one room, a suite, and I actually had her room, which was also a suite. I had reserved these rooms after the moment that we made the deal for me to fly her in and to come from Chicago to North Carolina. So it was already done. There is a paper trail for that. What I'm saying, I could prove. This ain't no, I'm just making up. It's a paper trail. Bottom line, anybody who is smart, anybody who does investigative journalism will be able to track these things down. Okay? The reason why at the time I didn't realize what it was, but I kind of figured it out, and in my gut, it was because maybe she just didn't trust me. She thought I was on some other stuff. I don't know. But let me just say this. Jasmine is a beautiful soul. She's a young black woman. But she ain't my type. She's not my type. Like, at the end of the day, I own a business, but let me tell you how I think. I'm just a regular person from the streets. And you know what? There was a time where I couldn't pay my phone bill neither. So I think the same way that anybody who's come from the bottom thinks. So with that being said, we all have preferences and types. So I'm not holding or judging her because of her situation, but she just wasn't my type. To be, I'm going to go ahead and say it. To really be truthful, when I first seen her get out of the car and walk into the lobby with Dr. Rice, I couldn't even believe it. Because in my mind, I'm saying, R. Kelly slept with you? Dog, I got to get this story. Like, are you serious? Again, I'm not being mean. She's not pleasing to my eyes. She just not. She's a beautiful soul, and it's not about sex. It's not about attraction. I'm not pleasing to some people's eyes. I mean, it is what it is. And when you think of R. Kelly, call me a male chauvinist or biased or whatever, but when you think of R. Kelly, as far as entertainment, you think beautiful women. They could be whatever color they are, whatever shape, but they're just beautiful women. The women that come with the game on his level are out of the average man's reach. Like, you see these women that be with some of these dudes and you're saying to yourself, there's no way that I can get her. You know that if you real. As a man, you know in your heart, she outside my league, dog. Like, I'm not even going to try to, she not about to hurt my feelings because A, I'm not R. Kelly. B, I don't have R. Kelly's money. Like, that man comes with perks. People on his level come with perks. Women come with perks. Jasmine did not come with any perks. So there was no way in hell I had ever thought about doing anything with Jasmine. Bottom line. Now, because of Dr. Rice, maybe, he may have seen, oh, who's this dude, Shabazz? He coming down here. He got this nice hotel. He doing this, that, and the other. I'm not about to let her get with him because some men get defensive when it comes to women. I'll give you the best example. I own a magazine. I deal with hundreds of photographers. I've been owning this magazine for 17 years. I've dealt with 1,000 photographers. 990 of the photographers that I've dealt with, when they take women's pictures, they think they own the women. They do little men things like not give the pictures when they're supposed to. They don't edit them. Or they may come in and say, well, I need an extra whatever I need because they know the female is bad. And understand something. The models don't know that they do this. Sometimes they figure it out because of the length of time to have the job done. But normally they don't know what the photographer is doing. All they know is they've come in, taken pictures and gone. And now the photographer, if he's freelance, is supposed to supply the pictures to the magazine. But these dudes that be having these photographers, 990 of them out of 1,000, suddenly become the model's pimp with some pictures. It's normal in this game. I don't care who you think it is. I'm telling you from experience. And I've dealt with the best and I've dealt with the bums. But the one thing that they all do is when they get them women's pictures, they feel like they're God. And the game changes. I think Dr. Rice had some of that inside of his head because he knew he had what I wanted as far as her. And I'm sure he knew that Jasmine did not fit the criteria of what I imagined for an R. Kelly level. I'm not saying she's ugly, not saying she's pretty. I said the criteria. Boom. Come to find out, and this is after, he takes her back to his house as opposed to staying in a suite in the hotel that I was staying in. He didn't let the car service pick her up. He went and picked her up. Now, what I find out after is in that ride at the car service, in between coming from the airport back to the hotel, you know what he does? He makes her fill out a contract to sign over the rights to her story. It's alleged, and it was alleged by her. I'm like, what? And then come to find out, this is another alleging part of the story. They had sex. And it wasn't consensual. Alleged. The first time wasn't consensual. The times that came after came as a result of her staying there. Jasmine's personality was one, again, of not having a stable, suitable place to stay. She was already running from whatever she was running from, her inner demons. Her baby was with her mother. Her mother threatened to throw her out. She's in an entirely different state. She had no money. She wasn't the type of girl that came to the club and might have had $5 or $10. She's the kind of girl at that time, she was the young lady who went to the club and strictly depended on a man to come and buy her a drink. If you didn't have, she didn't have the money. And if you didn't have any money, she wasn't going to talk to you, but she needed somebody to come and say, hey, baby, what's going on? You need a drink? Like, what you drinking? She was going to accept it. She didn't come and say, she wasn't the, I could buy my own drink, nigga, get out my face. She was definitely not that. Understand now, I just flew her in. I know she didn't have any money. How do I know that? We took a lunch break in between filming because the room got extremely hot because of the lighting from my camera system. The lights that we had around. I think we had 4 lights. And they produce a lot of heat. I bought the food. She was rather comfortable around me because when we started off, it was an immediate, not bond, but she realized I was a street dude. So she didn't come in with the talking like she was talking to CNN or none of that. She talked to me like I was a dude on the corner. And I ain't have a problem with that because I'm a dude from the corner. And she told me she didn't have no money. I didn't find that weird because you know how many women are actually like that? A lot of them front, but I know a lot of sisters that do that. And to each his own. They do what they do. Dr. Rice figured all of that out. It's not hard for a man to figure out a woman's situation or condition. So now when he has her home, from what she's telling me, allegedly, he wants to sleep with her. She didn't want to do it. You got to understand something now. She done left the hotel, a fancy hotel. She's not in a car that I paid for, meaning car service. She's riding around with him, whatever he's in, and she's at his house. She has no way to get back to the hotel because she doesn't have any money. She does have a plane ticket that tells her when she can leave, and I think I had her there for maybe 3 days. So she was basically stuck. So she says, allegedly, it's not alleged what she said. It's alleged what was she said happened. He forced her to have sex. Not only did he force her to have sex, one of her other complaints was, she said, Shabazz, when I was there, he didn't even have a bathroom. What? He didn't have a bathroom. He has an outhouse on the porch. Wait a minute. Hold up. This dude that's so intelligent, that has whatever he has, that seems to sit down and break down whatever, and has the best of the guests that come from the R. Kelly crew, doesn't have a bathroom, and at this time, what was it, 2019? You got an outhouse on the porch? So you mean to tell me you got women pissing in buckets? Dog, how do we not have our priorities together? You writing books, you signing people's information up where they can't talk to anyone else based on you baiting and switching them because you have intelligent conversations. You are everything that they are accusing R. Kelly of. Everything. Everything that they are putting on that man, you are. I do not know and was not there or did not see or witness what they say R. Kelly did. I just wasn't.
Whoa.
I listened to the stories. But you got a story too, dog.
Whoa.
And you got a story with the witnesses. And you fooled people. And you know why you fooled people? Because you came with that intelligent conversation. Now, I'm going to give you a conversation. And understand something. I don't got nothing against Dr. Rice. I don't got nothing against none of them. My thing is, yo, listen, if you ask me, I'm going to tell it. I'm telling it now just because I feel like it. And I'm telling it because I'm tired of these people lying. People keep coming up with all these kind of stories and saying this and saying that. And half of these people that are telling you all these stories are baiters and switchers. I was there with those people. I seen firsthand myself. Not no hearsay. Not no, oh, I heard it through the grapevine. No, nigga, I was there. I brought these people in. And guess what? I wasn't even a man. I'm not even trying to do it. There's other people behind me as well. And let me just tell y'all something for the record. Chicago was not a town where you can just walk around and be whoever you think you want to be and not have to pay some kind of a price. Be it whether it's pressure, people wanting to get on, people begging for money. It's just not a town like that. So in other words, in Chicago, you better be connected to somebody or something to keep bullets off your back. You think R. Kelly was exempt from that? Definitely not. Too big. That's like thinking or hearing when people say, when you come to my town, nigga, you better check in. Try to go to LA as a rapper. Try to run up in Detroit as a rapper. Somebody gonna say, yo, nigga, you gotta check in when you come into this city. The person that's saying that you gotta check in is the nigga that's protecting you. You think he doing that shit for free? What, you think it don't happen in R&B? You think it don't happen in wherever? You don't think that shit done happened to me before? The only difference, and I ain't killed nobody and I ain't sold 1,000 keys, is I have a magazine that's been around for a long time, and we cater and center around alleged criminals, real criminals, gangbangers, drug dealers, the whole thing. So there ain't a gangbanger or a drug dealer on no part of the coast that I do not know. And if I don't know you personally, they know my product. So sometimes that helps me. I ain't got to check in. Because if you see me there and niggas know I'm there anyway, you know I'm there to deal with a real nigga that 9 times out of 10 you already respect. That's how that game goes. So with Dr. Rice and going back to that, it bothers me when I sit down and I listen to these dudes lying. It bothers me when niggas is kicking dirt on R. Kelly's name. I don't know what that man did. I'm not defending him. I'm not against him. But I ain't gonna sit down and make up a lie about somebody to make myself look good. Because what you get out the end of the deal, a book deal. You know what I mean? People coming out with book deals. And here's the thing, you're bamboozling these people with all of these stories that you got. And nigga, you don't know half the shit you think you talking about. And I'm sorry for getting upset and my language changing. But it's just what it is. And at this point, I don't care. Like, challenge me. And y'all remember what I said. There are paper trails. There are ways to find out and prove it. And if the feds was on my ass, say I was under investigation, I guarantee they'll pull up them credit card receipts, them plane routes. If Jennifer Bongine is what she says she is and what people believe that she should be, I bet she'll find it. Whoa. I guarantee you that. So the moral of the story for me is don't believe the hype. Whoa. Don't believe the shit that these dudes is running around saying, because everybody got a story. Everybody is an expert. Everybody knows this and everybody knows that. But at the end of the day, R. Kelly, as of this day, is convicted as being whatever it is he was convicted of. He's guilty according to a court of law, not opinion. It remains to be seen if he beats it and if he comes home. But up until this time, how are you an expert and you know so much and the man locked up? Whoa. How are you an expert going against the legal system? And here's a great example. Some of his team is flawed, is I don't know what. Criminals. Criminals. Ask me how I know. If you watch my documentary, they were in my documentary. So I've had personal dealings with some of them. A great example is Nicole Becker.
Whoa.
How in the hell does a female that is married to the fourth richest person in Michigan, who has an office in the building that her husband owns, in her office at that time, there were no law books. I didn't talk to her on the phone. It was in her face.
Whoa.
I was in her office. Her office looked like Paris Hilton's office. When you walked in the office, you thought you was in a Hollywood agent's office that was an agent for models or a singer, Elton John. And it doesn't matter about a person's sexual preference. So I'm not trying to say, or I'm not coming at the LGBTQT community, but she definitely has the LGBTQT community in that office with her as her assistants, and they are black.
Here we go.
It wasn't what a lawyer's supposed to look like. Not a lawyer on the level of defending R. Kelly. If you are defending Pookie the drug dealer, okay, I still wouldn't go for it if I was Pookie. But when you're defending a man whose life is on the line, who's gone through what he's gone through, like R. Kelly, to me, it comes with a certain status and a certain look. And you have to live that status and that look at all times. The girl had fur carpet. What do you call those things that are fake diamonds? I can't remember what you call them, but not zirconium.
Cubic
I
zirconium.
forgot what you call them. But there's something that looks like, they used to be on the side of pimp cups. I remember when pimp cups was popular because I knew the lady who started that, Miss Debbie. And I would sit down with her in her house, and she would glue them shits on the side of a cup and give it to Snoop, give it to Lil Jon. Like, I've done seen some things and been around some people. I just don't remember what you call them. But they were bedazzling, all spread across the furniture, the book racks and stuff in her office. So I'm sitting here and she got literally white fur carpet. I got Timberlands on. Get out the whip. I'm going upstairs where she at. I don't even want to put my feet on the floor because the room is like, goddamn. If you move the carpet, you might smell a scent of whatever perfume females is wearing. That's what she was on. When she filmed her part, we had to find an office in that building that had law books to make it appear as if those were in her office. They wasn't. So I was always mesmerized with, like, how does she get this spot? And I'm going to be totally honest with you. I felt in my heart like that she was white. And I feel like black people think white is right sometimes. And so sometimes they just go with a Caucasian. Doesn't matter their credentials, just as long as they're Caucasian. And because he was fighting sexual charges and it was going to be in court in New York, what better person?
Hey, y'all, let's get them likes up. I don't know what's going on. People saying that my page is buffering. Hold on, let me see. Hold on, let's get them likes up. All right, let's get back to it. Let's get them likes up. I got 123 people in here and 71 likes. Let's get them likes up, y'all. Can I get 26 more likes?
Have standing up representing you than a white person and a female at that. I never said that. In my gut and in my heart, that's what I thought. And in my gut and in my heart, it proved to be true. And then to add insult to injury, would it not only be proven to be true? When I got to Azriel said they had a sexual relationship. That's one of the things that turned her off from Nicole. Because I'm going to tell you something else. I got Azriel through Nicole. They had the relationship. She was like their manager, her and Jocelyn.
Hold on.
Anything that happened and came through. Sometimes they just go with a Caucasian. Doesn't matter their credentials, just as long as they're Caucasian. And because he was fighting sexual charges and it was going to be in court in New York, what better person to have standing up representing you than a white person? And a female at that. I never said that. In my gut and in my heart, that's what I thought. And in my gut and in my heart, it proved to be true. And then to add insult to injury, would it not only be proven to be true, when I got to Azriel said they had a sexual relationship. That's one of the things that turned her off from.
So Nicole was messing with Azriel and Rob? What the hell? Hold on.
Cole. Because I'm going to tell you something else. I got Azriel through Nicole. They had the relationship. She was like their manager, her and Jocelyn.
Hold on, wait.
Anything
Wait. Let me hear that one time.
was going to be in court in New York. What better person to have standing up representing you than a white person? And a female at that. I never said that. In my gut and in my heart, that's what I thought. And in my gut and in my heart, it proved to be true. And then to add insult to injury, would it not only be proven to be true, when I got to Azriel said they had a sexual relationship. That's one of the things that turned her off from Nicole. Because I'm going to tell you something else. I got Azriel through Nicole. They had the relationship. She was like their manager, her and Jocelyn. Anything that happened and came through as far as money, came through as paying rent for any place, guess who managed the money? Nicole. Guess who she gave it to? Azriel and Jocelyn. This is the part that some people may not want to hear. R. Kelly gave the order. It was his money. He knew. Why he gave her that kind of power, I don't know. I really can't answer. If I was to take a guess, it would be because of what Azriel said. Because he was sleeping with her. You know, they say Becky give a good blowjob. I don't know if it's true because I don't got a Becky. But that's what they say. So I don't even know if it was the sex, allegedly, that did whatever it did. But it was something because she went against Greenberg. And I know people feel a certain type of way against Greenberg. I still support Greenberg. I'm not throwing him under the bus. And the reason why I support Greenberg, because he just told you what it was. He tells you how it is. Does he have a problem sometimes with being arrogant and thinking that he is the shit in a courtroom? He does. But who's not going to be cocky when you're doing your job? I don't look at that as a flaw. It's just what it is. If you be around a celebrity, you be around a basketball player, you think these dudes are humble? Hell fucking no, they're not. Because I've been around them. They're not humble. They think that they are the shit. And when people are up in their face, the people that are up in their face listening to them think they're the shit too. That's why they're in their face. Did he handle R. Kelly's case the correct way? I don't know. I don't know if he did, because there was a coup inside of his camp. So he never really had the power to take it and do the way he was supposed to, because he was going against an alleged sexual relationship against a woman. You ain't winning against no woman, dog, with another dude. Women have power. Yo, if I'm locked up and my girl is in the street and my girl is the one that's running whatever or doing whatever I need her to do for me, and you my man, you could have been my man for the last 20 years, but I'm locked up. But son, that girl, she making sure my shit is taken care of. You ain't doing all that. We've been friends for 20 years, but you ain't doing all that. You're not coming and bringing 35 pounds of food. You're not on the phone calling my lawyer and making sure that they stay on top of my case.
What?
You my man, and you might accept my call and tell me some bullshit about what's going on in the streets, but nigga, you're not going to apply yourself in the time needed and taken to get me out of here. But that female is.
See, the devil is. See, the devil won't act stupid. But he got powerful.
Greenberg couldn't win against that. How? And if my girl was coming on a visit, and this does happen on a visit, she could beat me off. She can give me a blowjob. And if I got enough money, I can get some behind the soda machine on the visiting floor with the police there looking the other way. The dude I knew for 20 years, I don't know what kind of dude some of y'all are, but he couldn't do that for me. That ain't gonna cut it.
See, he coming harder.
Tell you a real funny story. To get off the subject, I can remember being locked up and my girl coming to see me, and we were all the dudes that was about it to tell a women, don't wear no panties. Easy access. Wear a sundress. I'm gonna tell you a hustle. This is a real story. You know what the hustle is when you got a girl and she game and she down with you? You make sure she come there like that on a visit. You finger her. Let her get her shit off. Don't wash your hands. Go back to the cells. Nigga, you got people that's been locked up for 10, 15 years. Do you know smelling 2 fingers that have come out of a woman is good for a pack of Newports?
Wait.
I don't have time for that. I don't have time for bullshit. Y'all better quit playing with me.
Nigga get to smell some pussy. I know that shit sounds crazy, but that's survival in jail, dog. That's how that game go. How you gonna go against that girl? She's your lifeline. She's making sure that you straight. She's sending you your packages. She's on top of your lawyers. She's allowing you to finger her so you can take the smell of her vagina and sell it for a pack of Newports. So the dude that's been fucking with me for 20 years, you think I'm gonna go against her for him? Ain't no.
I don't have time for that. I don't have time for bullshit. Y'all better quit playing with me.
Goddamn way. That's just what it is. Yo, I got more stories. I'm not going to tell them now. But there ain't nothing about that case or the people involved that I don't know about, that I've dealt with. I have hours and hours and hours of tape that just didn't come out. Now, what I challenge you people to do is challenge me. Because a nigga say something don't mean my mouth is no Bible. I could lie like everybody else. I'm not even trying to say I'm different than anybody, because I'm not. I ain't coming off with all that. But I'm not going against R. Kelly, and I'm not going to be for R. Kelly. I'm going to tell the truth about R. Kelly, and I'm going to tell the truth about the people that are involved. And let me tell you something else. I'm not writing no books later on about R. Kelly and my experiences with this case. Yo, I'm not even on that. I sincerely had a story that I took as a story and told it. Maybe if I'm 90 or some shit and it's, wherever, you might put me in a mental institution or a nursing home, whichever one. If I'm able to write a book, maybe, but I don't see that happening in no time in the near time future. So you got to remember your sources of information. You have to ask about their credibility, and then you have to ask and think to yourself, why and what are you benefiting from this? And ask that about me. What did I benefit from it? What I benefited from it, not monetarily wise, or what would I have benefited from, was I am the producer of the R. Kelly story. I've told 16 stories, from Big Meech to Larry Hoover, Willie Lloyd, Jeff Fort. Like, I've told the biggest of the big stories. When Rick Ross first came home and got out, who told his story? Who made his documentary? The real Rick Ross, not the rapper Shabazz did. I've told the Supreme Team story in New York. King of Queens, Shabazz did. Like 16 stories, dog. Why wouldn't I put in an R. Kelly story? Especially when one of the people that were in his camp was one of the dudes that's like the stories that I tell. That's how I got involved. So there was a benefit. Why wouldn't you want your name with those credits? People think it's the money. Oh, you trying to sell out for the money. Dog, you wrong. When you got a resume, if you go to college, if you go to Dartmouth, or if you go to Princeton, or you go to Rutgers, or you go to Yale, and you go get a job, and that's on your resume, guess what? You hired. guess what? You got negotiation power to say, I want XYZ amount of money per year. If you go to your local community college, it's a difference, dog. Excuse me. That is not something that is going to be looked at the same way as Princeton on your resume. So R. Kelly would have been story 17 on my resume. It's not about the money. It's about the build-up. And it was a good story. But I don't want to tell no more R&B stories because the shit is a soap opera, dog. And every twist and turn that you go to, it's not what it appears. You have to remember, entertainment is smoke and mirrors. You can put a mirror in front of somebody and you see them crystal clear. But it's still not what it appears to be. A lot of people don't know that. Yo, thanks for listening to me. Y'all do what y'all do. But I definitely challenge any and all to come at me. Because trust me, I promise you this. When I come, I'm coming with proof. I'm not just going to be talking to be talking. Y'all got to understand that. Yo, thanks for listening to the As Is podcast. This is your boy Shabazz. Holla at me. Oh, and the last thing, contrary to popular belief, I don't have anything against anyone. I'm just telling a story, dog. Like whether we cool or whether we not, some people don't understand and they don't like that about me. Like we could be cool, but dog, if you out of order, you out of order. And I want you to carry it the same way I carry it and do that to me. If I'm wrong, you tell me I'm wrong. I can accept that. When you respect the game, you respect all aspects of the game. And sometimes the game, it hurts. But I believe in the game. So I got to accept that pain to come with it. That's how the game is supposed to go. Until next time, y'all chill.
What the hell did I just listen to?
Ill bastard. He can't win with me. Because let me tell you why. I post him. Gasoline on him. I post him. Light the fluid on him. And when I post him, light the fluid on him, I give me a lighter. And I set the fire. And say, no, he's all right.
I'm going to be honest, man. I'm literally stuck right now. Wow. I'm stuck about, the whole time I thought Jasmine was thought she was in the car. Damn, I ain't know Dr. Rice went and got her. Look. I'm glad that my name ain't nowhere in that. I'm glad I didn't get close to certain people. In the beginning, I wanted to. I'm glad the good Lord said no. Even if it hurt me, I'm glad the good Lord said no. Hey, Miss Molly, this is too much. I'm going to be honest with you. This is too much, even for me. Because that man sat on his platform and basically tried to say I raped Jasmine. when he did all of this. And like I said, I walk in the light. Not this bright old ring light I got right here that's shining down on me, but I walk in the light for real. And it bothers me how I can be lied on for 3 years about something I never did. Something that was consensual and willing. And dog, and you hiding all that, and you the main culprit of it all. Now I can use that and destroy Dr. Rice. But for some reason, I don't even have an urge to do that. I don't believe in karma because karma is not biblical. So you can't get me to say I believe in God and Jesus, but then say, oh, karma coming. I'm not doing that. But what I will say is the Bible did say, touch my anointing and do my prophet. Touch not my anointing, do my prophet no harm. Oh, Jesus. And what really kills me is I'm going to show you, but I can tell you. This picture keeps standing out at me. I don't know why. And I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. When I showed these two pictures the other day, I couldn't say nothing because I didn't know what to say. So I masked it and played music. But the first picture is this right here. Here's the first picture. I never understood why this picture screamed at me. I knew her husband was rich, but I never understood why this picture screamed at me. Okay. But this picture did it all. And when I look at this picture, I see nothing but betrayal. This lady called me in the middle of the night, told me about this lady and this lady. These two ladies, they ran off, whatever. Me and him had a very bad situation. This lady stabbed me in my back just to get a story. Coming to find out she was behind the whole setup plot and trying to get me and Kip the beef. And now this lady might have been the orchestrator of it all. It's not making sense. It's not making sense. Because as I sit here and try to put it together, I'm going over events where everybody came to me. Dana, can you send me to Rob? Dana, can you do this? And I never forget that when the lady from Carolina called at 2:30 in the morning and she sent me the picture, I was so excited that Rob actually had family that stepped up because I knew Kyrie was mad at him and Bruce was incarcerated. So I was excited and I took it to Rob, and that was one of the 15,000 times that Rob got mad at me. And he asked me, how you know that's my fucking father? How you know they my fucking sisters? Whoa, wait a minute. I said, well, look, nothing helped but a try. So I went to another person in the brotherhood and we pulled Rob up together. I'm paying all that stuff. That's playing in my mind. The money stuff. And you know, like Dr. Wright said, he talked to people and he could show stuff. I can show a bunch of stuff too. So it's starting to make sense why everybody had to get me out the way when I was nothing but a protector to everybody. It just don't make sense to me. I've never did nothing wrong to Nicole. But I should have known something was wrong when I got to New York and she couldn't look me in my face. And I was like, hey, Nicole. She's like, and then look at the ground. Like, why are you acting this way around these people? If we all supposed to be one connected group, why are you acting this way towards me and a couple of other people when we all come quietly? See, I have never really told my side. And the reason why I'm not telling my side, because it gets very personal with me. And I don't want my emotions to show. And that's when I'm going to get very angry. When I really sit back and think about what was done to me. And that's from the PI on down. It'll get very personal. And I get it. Greenberg was telling me in a roundabout way what was going on, but he couldn't come out and say it. I just don't understand it. Like, a person that just want to help everybody and protect everybody is the one person that everybody need to get out the way. Why? I'm not understanding it. And I might not never understand why. Miss Molly, I seen your comment and you said she instructed the court to find him guilty. Yeah, that's grounds for disbarment. But in hell, we don't know what's really going on. Have she been disbarred already and then still posing as a lawyer? We don't know. But one thing about it, I know bullshit when I see it. I know bullshit when I see it. And I know where all the narrative's coming from. And it's not all coming from Don Russell neither. We get to New York. It's supposed to be a meeting. But a certain person don't want to meet with me, Keith, and Bobby. Why? All this stuff going down. You had a problem with me. You said when I get to New York, this and this. But you the PI. We could have talked like men. You didn't want to talk. Canick was there. Everybody was there. But you run and tell Keith bullshit. Then it comes out later that you said that I was the reason why Robert got convicted. Jeez. Oh my God. So hearing Shabazz say that put a lot of links together for me. And I'm very good at listening. And I'm very good at putting links together. I'm very good at that. And what I'm also realizing that some of these same people are having behind the scenes conversation which stirs the pot, and then they inject it into people who they think can come out and assault me and push me out the way, and then when they realize it don't work, they run back and say, well, Rob, Dana's starting this, Dana doing this. Dana's the bad guy. I don't know. I'm going to have to sit and think about this. Because the way I feel a little destructive. I feel like being very destructive. Because at the end of the day, I covered for people bullshit. I lied for people who didn't deserve it, just to keep the heat off them. And I always said, I'm not going to say nothing, but if I'm asked, I'm not going to lie for you again. So when people say, well, the government had 45 witnesses, Robert only had 5. I'm going to leave y'all with this note. Was it that he only had 5, or was it intentionally done? And I'm going to leave it there. Did he only have 5, or was it intentionally done? And the most unlikely unions are the ones that came through for me. When I wanted to act a fool, it was the ones that I would never expect, like, nah, yo, you don't need to do that. I remember sitting eating across from the jail. Across from the court. And I remember a specific conversation when Canick was asking, we have to get Robert folks here. And if y'all can remember, I said send everything to Canick because they was having problems getting Rob witnesses there. I asked a specific person, I said, yo, everybody you trying to get, I can get on the phone now. I just hung up with one. He said, nah, I got it. Don't worry about it. We good. To the point where verdict day, I get off a plane. This is what y'all don't know. I get off a plane. I drop my stuff at the hotel. I go straight to the court. I ain't changed clothes. I had on a sweatsuit. Y'all seen the pictures. The PI got mad at me and said, yo, you don't even got a suit on. I said, well, I was here. You wasn't. So you get mad at me for coming to a place and being on your posts, looking out for you when you don't like me, and I know that. But you show up to get some food, but you don't show up to court. See, I've been harboring all this. And the minute I would have came out and said it that day, I would have been the bad guy. Oh, Dana just trying to start something. Dana going after people, this and this and this and this. I had to watch my brothers, my bros, people I love, cry. I watched Janet break all the way down. I had a tear that come across my eye, but I had to be strong for everybody else. I watched a person who claimed to support Robert laugh leading out of the court. But she sold transcripts. I watched a person who called himself a professional come out and say, oh hell, R. Kelly guilty on all charges, so what? But then come across the street and say, look, I knew that was bullcrap. And I'm watching. And one thing I'm learning is I have to learn how to control my temper and my tongue. So I'm looking. I get a tap on the leg. You're doing good. Don't budge. I'm leaving because everybody else scattering. And it comes to me that, oh, that you and the PI got to settle y'all stuff. He mad because you said something about his wife. That was 2 years ago. And me and him supposed to have got past that, so I thought. But you call another blogger, y'all know who I'm talking about, who also broke down. You call another blogger and say, oh, get away from Dana because he the reason why Rob locked up. But you didn't show up to court. But you show up to get something to eat. The first go around, y'all seen a nice me. Trust me. This go around. Don't say I'm acting funny. Because one thing you allow me to do is sit back and think. And as I put the pieces of the puzzles together, the problem is going to be when I put the full puzzle together and I come public and break it down from beginning to end. And people be saying, well, Dana, why are you putting this on the internet? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? It's a method to my madness. It's a method to my madness. All these people that say they for Robert. Mighty funny how everybody working for the government. Mighty funny how everybody know all of a sudden are now to skip traces. It's going to come out. And I'm not going to hesitate to do it. Miss Molly, you hit it on the head. But see, what y'all didn't know is that when I came out and said the transcripts that everybody getting was only one-sided, a lot of people said, nah, Dana, you ain't telling the truth. Yeah, I was. Because Ann Donnelly ain't let the other side come out. She would let only bits and pieces. She ain't let the defense side come out until after the verdict dropped. She knew from the jump that she was going to unsequester the jury when it's time for deliberation. How can you unsequester a jury after you sequestered them already? Again, I said it. I said if it wasn't for Don Russell, Robert wouldn't be in jail. Everybody said, nah, Dana, nah. You don't know what you're talking about. If it wasn't for surviving R. Kelly. No. Evidently, I know way more than what a lot of people know. Evidently, I'm just not saying nothing. And I keep saying it. If it wasn't for Don, Robert wouldn't be in jail. And it don't start at surviving R. Kelly. It goes back to 2018. Now, what are you talking about, Dana? You gotta go research for yourself. A lot of the stuff I was there and called in for. A lot of stuff I wasn't. Oh, see, I don't know who you are, but you want to play with me today. I'm not playing. But guess what?
Alright, oh, I got feelings. Oh, you finna get blocked. Yep, you finna get blocked. You put your cash out on my live. The devil is a liar.
Exactly. So, there's a lot of stuff that I'm not saying. That's all you gotta do is go back and look at certain platforms. Certain questions I put there, he know he not supposed to answer. Because if he do, it's leading to something else. So I get that I'm the enemy. Partly enemy number one to anybody that's setting up Robert. But I'm no longer playing the police for that no more. Now, Miss Molly, you wrong about that. Cheryl Mack plotted in 2015, but 2018 is when it got restarted, and it shouldn't have. Somebody want to be more than what they was. They wanted to impress Robert and landed Robert in jail. Sad. Sad. I'm wondering about some things. And I don't think, this is my personal feelings, there's no truth in this. It's my personal feelings. I don't think it's going to be a Chicago trial. Depending on if this New York case get overturned, I don't think it's going to be a Chicago trial. Now, I'm going to expose some shit real quick. When you hear people talking about certain people testifying, nobody knows. unless you have somebody close to them people that's supposed to be testifying. But it makes a good conversational piece for YouTube. So when people say, oh, Rashana testifying, yeah, okay. And before I believe somebody who don't talk to her, I'm definitely going to believe somebody that talks to her every day. And when that person said, nah, that's not happening, I can only take his word. Hell, he grew up with her. Same house, same parents. I'm puzzled right now about what I just heard. I just knew that a text message I got a while back wasn't true. Ms. Molly said, Jay-Z got pissed when Rob wouldn't allow his music streamed on Tidal. Then Asante McGee jealous of Azriel and Joycelyn. Several elements in the takedown. Ms. Molly, you on the right road, but the buggy done went past that. It wasn't Azriel and Joycelyn that Asante was jealous of. She ain't care about them. She looked at them as her daughters. It was somebody else she was jealous of because she couldn't get to Robert. And she had to settle for an entourage member whose name I won't put out there. But you on the right path. I'm just puzzled. And as I unleash different stuff, she got rid of Holly. Az got rid of Holly. Well, no, actually, no. No, I'm going to be honest with you. Az ain't get rid of Holly. Asante ain't get rid of Holly. I'm going to keep it a buck. Holly mama got rid of Holly. Because she wanted Robert. And it became a beefing thing. A mother and daughter situation. She contacted Tim Savage. As Asante McGee was 97 baby girl. Told you, I got all the information. It's sitting right here in my computer. Asante McGee was 97 baby girl. And that was her way of trying to get at Robert because of Robert didn't want to deal with her. And she spent so much of Gerald money to get to him. I'm wondering what would this ever have happened if she never was able to find us at CIAA? Would this ever have happened? See, it's a lot of things that go through my mind right now. Sad, man. This man got to sit behind a faction, a lie, and a broken wing. I wonder if... No, never mind. I'm going to keep that to myself. I'm going to keep that to myself. I'm just, I'm conflicted right now. I'm gonna be honest with you. And the reason why is because nobody's looking at what the realness is of this. And the people are playing in your face. And nobody is taking it serious. So tonight over here, I'm going to unveil some stuff. I'm going to show some pictures. I'm going to show some side-by-sides. And then I'm going to ask some questions like, why was R. Kelly the only one with the man egg? Why wasn't Jixling Maxwell hit with the man egg? See, these are questions that's going to make you think. That's going to challenge you to what's really going on. But yeah, 97 Baby Girl was Asante McGee. I'm gonna break it down like this. Where's the Enterprise? Where's the Enterprise? And then I'm going to ask this question. Because a lot of people might be wondering exactly what I'm about to say. And Miss Molly, if you still here, I'm going to ask you. When do herpes pick and choose who it wants to attach itself to? If Nicole sucked the life story out of Robert, right? Then why don't she have herpes? And the one thing I will say, this right here, now we know who Greenberg was talking about. We know he wasn't talking about Kenneth. We now know he was talking about the lawyer that's not there. Let's make it make sense. 3 elements that's not here. Nicole, Tom Fernella, the PI. Anytime you have bloggers clearing the way for lawyers, best friend, brothers, problem. That means you abandoned your post. There's no way Hollywood Next and DanaJay should have been clearing the way for brothers and lawyers. So yes, I owe Greenberg an apology on that because I thought he was attacking Canning. Sad. It's sad to see this go down like this. Sad. So now I guess the next question is, what was Nicole really there for? And with that, I couldn't. Ain't there some kind of law for cheating on your husband? Because it all makes sense why Nicole didn't want to get off the case. It all makes sense. I don't know. I'm going to sit back and think. Because now I'm looking at it like they went to Nicole with a story. And she took it to Rob. And that's why Doug and Greenberg had to get off the case. So it's starting to make sense. I'm starting to put it together. I'll put it together, y'all. I'll put it together. And when I put it together, just know it's going to be a hell of a presentation. But at that time, Rob should be either walking out the door or we'll be somewhere lollygagging, chopping it up, talking about this together. But last night, I brought y'all some truth. And I told you that Tim Savage, which is R. Kelly Saga Facts, along with Don Russell and Cash Jones, along with Don Russell Mama, that's all who's running that page. Some truth came out. And this came out a while ago before they deleted everything. And Miss Molly, I'm going to tell you this. That's who Asante got mad at. I don't know if you're catching what I'm saying, Miss Molly, but that's who Asante McGee was jealous of. So, I'm going to give y'all something to think about. When Tim Savage came out and said he told Asante McGee everything, she got all this information from him. Well, here's the debunk from another lie. It says Angelo and Tasha K. So Angelo did a whole live about Tasha K reporting that his daughter is working with the feds. Now he was super cool with TK, his sister, as he calls her, as long as he had her telling lies about Asante McGee and the woman who worked for Robert. Did he forget? He's the one who gave Tasha K the list of alleged enablers and had her lying about Robert's assistants, mistreating and having sex with those girls. Did he forget? He's the one who told Tasha K Asante McGee was an enabler and not a. Y'all gonna see the rest of that. Well, Boston, I'm in love with love. That's a good question. But I'm just putting it up there because this is the topic for the day. And I will be talking about it. But Boston, I'm in love with love. You can't see it? Didn't have my glass. Okay. Let me know when you have your glasses. Boston, I'm in love with love said, Dana, just a question. If they say allegedly you had sex with Jasmine and Jasmine allegedly had sex with Kelly, then all y'all allegedly had herpes then, right? I don't got nothing. Nothing wrong with me. Nothing wrong with me. I'm perfectly fine. No. No. Larry came later, Ms. Molly. Angelo, Tim, and TK. Larry came later. So I'm just saying, man. Let's just pray Robert about this. Let's continue to pray for Robert. That's really what he need. He really need prayer. It's sad. It's sad. Real sad. I'm gonna pray for the people in Ukraine. All for money. Yep. Hey, Rolanda. It's a lot going on. You gotta catch the replay. I didn't hear proof Rob even had herpes. Thank you, Miss Molly. That my point right there. What up, J Rock? Miss Molly hit it on the head. And when I was on another channel, I had shown proof that it's never been said that Robert had herpes. Just because a person has symptoms don't mean they have herpes. Or should I say, just because a person has symptoms don't mean they have the disease. But just giving y'all a heads up. The people in Ukraine is not what the U.S. is reporting. I feel bad for them families that are being sex trafficked over there. That's what this is really about. Russia, unlike the U.S., will go get their people. And they came and got their folks. Hey, Duran, it's not what's going on. That's not what's going on. It's not a takeover. It's a split. Russia is splitting their people off from the Ukrainian people and the Ukrainian government and the military that's stealing these kids and paying for these kids and chopping families up, and just watch. Just watch. Just watch. Just watch. That right there is a smokescreen. Our doomsday is coming on March the 1st. Please stock up, y'all. All hell gonna break loose on March 1st. So for all of y'all that's ordering stuff online, cancel it now. If you can't get it before March 1st, cancel it. Because all the truckers gonna be in DC. And seeing, here's the bad part about it. The statues and stuff that for the statues and stuff that everybody's state is adopting only goes for Washington DC. So now DC is about to see some stuff happen. They're fencing DC up as we speak. It's about to go down. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm debating about going to DC on March 1st. But please be careful. I won't talk politics on here ever again. If you want to holler at me, come holler at me on BitChute. BITCHUTE. I will be over there. All of my politics stuff I will be transferring from YouTube to BitChute. I don't even want I'll be honest with you. I don't even want to be on YouTube no more. Because the right wing only wants you to go with their narrative, and I can't do that. Confused because the trucker didn't say word about January 6th. Cooper, come holler at me on BitChute or come holler at me over on Getter. Soon y'all will be able to come holler at me on Truth Social. And we can talk politics over there. Just not over here. I never seen no stuff like this. Only thing I'm gonna say is be careful out here. Check your fruit before you buy it. If it don't have a seed, leave it. Man, who you telling, bro? Who you telling? If y'all want to know the truth, come on. Russia is reclaiming the territories that broke away from the Soviet Union with it fell in 96. He's pulling Stalin. Wow. You know what? Sultry speaking, I got a question. Because they actually released audio on Newsmax yesterday with the two Russian countries that's over in Ukraine. They released audio of those folks begging Russia and the United States to come help them because they was being tormented and their kids was being taken from them. My question is, when Putin made them, when he made them their own territory, right? Did that mean that they no longer have to rely on Ukraine and only Russia. That's what I didn't understand. Because as they said that, I'm like, what is really going on? Yeah. Queen Bee, yeah, about the planet alignment, about Nibiru. Mm-hmm. And if you notice, they haven't said nothing about them people on them wheels. I wonder why. Putin is dirty. Well, Cooper, let me ask you this. What politician is not dirty? If you show me a clean politician, I show you a man that's not a politician. And see, and these the lives I like having when there's no drama, no nothing. Cause I ain't gonna lie, Sultry Speaking dropped a nugget that I had to listen to 4 times in a row. And I appreciate brothers, older brothers like him. Even though me and him had a rocky start over nothing. But I appreciate older brothers like him. Because it makes sense. Did you, Dana, the Ukraine is not part of the EU? I didn't know that. I'd like to know how much 45 shared with Putin about our classified info, including our arms. Miss Molly, see, you know what? Look, and Miss Molly, can you get a page or can you get a BitChute page? I would love to discuss this with you just to inform you that it wasn't 45. It might have been this one now. I know it was Clinton. But 45, no. UK is not a part of the EU anymore. How can you... Wait a minute. Since when the UK is not part of the EU? Look, y'all. We got to go to another platform for this. I don't know what any of this is. Hey, Miss Molly, I'm going to send you a link. Send me your email. I'm going to send you a link so that way you can build your page over there, okay? Yep. Government officials in D.C. are hitting the bunkers. Yeah. This is about to get bad. There's a lot of stuff that's about to come out. And I'm going to tell you now. I came out 6 months ago and told y'all about the D class. I had one of my other pages snatched from me because no, it's BITCHUTE. Hold on, let me see if I can pull it up for you so that way you'll know what it look like. I had one of my other pages snatched from me because I showed some of the D class. I didn't know I wasn't supposed to show it. So that was my fault. This is what BitChute looked like. This is what it looked like. This is what it looked like. It's a peer-to-peer open joint. Yeah, I gotta do all that. I gotta log in and all that, but hey, it's just Bible. Fret not. Oh, I know. Dana, can you email a link out for people to go to if they want to hear it? Yeah. But that's all you gotta do is check my community wall on this page, and I'm about to email. I'm about to challenge what's going on my main page, so I'm about to email YouTube right now. So Yeah. I'm about to hit them right now. So. Oh my God. You know what? Sultry speaking, maybe they'll listen to you. Cause man, stock up, please. Sultry speaking said, but D is right. Stock up, get your gas now. The prices are going through the roof. Shelves are emptying. Yep. Hold on. I'm gonna put that back up. Shelves are emptying. It's about to get real. Yeah. 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 I'm gonna go here for all of my Bible thumpers. Some people say we're living in Matthew. I beg to differ. We're living in Revelation right now. What part of Revelation is up for you? But I will say this. The day that we are living in right now, they say it's 5:03 p.m. 2022. But why is everything a day slower? Have we been warp speeded ahead of time? Something for you to think about. Have the good Lord warp speeded us ahead of time just so we can really get it right? Because if he kept us in main time, Lord knows. Just think about it. Just think about it. Nisimo, well, that's up for you. I believe we're in Revelation right now. Wars and rumors of wars. Mothers against daughters, fathers against sons, nations against nations. That's all Revelation. What do you see now? What do you see now? Oh, don't forget, and we doing a fundraiser today for a Big Buy Opinion. And we trying to get, his channel really blossoming and stuff. So any little bit helps at 8 o'clock, and we're going to be back here, and we're going to just vibe off. We're going to play music, and it's just going to be a little fundraiser. We're going to have people talking and sharing their stuff and all that. But, I mean, anybody that's trying to build their channel but I need something, let's all reach out and help one another. You know what I'm saying? Sultry said, if you know your Bible, you see the signs. Men and women will become lovers of themselves. Facts. 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 That's definitely a fact. So, that's what's going on up at 8 o'clock over here. If you ain't busy, stop in. Let's listen to some music. Go to We Wrestle or Not Against Flesh and Blood. Hold on. My grandma always told me that the world coming to an end real soon. That's not the beginning of Revelation. Huh? Okay. Soldier speaking fact. Okay. Go to We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but principalities, rulers, and high places, wickedness. That's where we are. I think we're a little past that, Miss Molly. I believe we're a little past that. Radioactive waves are killing flocks of birds and certain. Did you see that, Queen Bee? How all those birds just fell? Easy, I didn't say it. Man, look. If you know your word, then you know where we at. That's how we put an end to that. But look, I'm about to get up out of here. I see y'all at 8 p.m. Y'all be blessed, man. Don't forget, God have it all. All right? Love every last one of y'all. Thank y'all for coming to visit. Ms. Molly, Sultry speaking. Every one of y'all that come and visit, man, y'all come over more often. Let's have real conversations to help build one another. All right? Be blessed. I'm gone. Peace.
I don't like to waste time on stupid conversation. There's no profit in that. So if I'm around people that are always complaining with no solutions, then I'm wasting real estate in my brain for what I need to project. And what I project in my brain is what I project in my reality. So that real estate only has to be for evolution, things that are going to help me get where I got to go. You understand? Help me evolve. So if my conversation with you makes me stagnate, we don't have too much conversation either. I don't have no time for no stupid ass conversation.
Say it louder, what you gon'